British podcaster Piers Morgan hosted far-right white political activist Nick Fuentes for 2 hours uncensored interview. Let's take a look at the cringiest moments from this interview. Chris, if you can play the tape.
Women want to be
That's what the studies show, Piers.
Blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Yeah.
But you're basically saying, yeah, I'm a racist, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You think Hitler was very fucking cool?
Yes, I do.
One of them.
And I'm tired of pretending he's not.
He murdered 12 million people. What is very fucking cool about that? Tell me.
The edits, it's just cool. The uniforms, the parades, it's cool as a guy. You look at World War II and it's fascinating and it's interesting and it's compelling and it's cool.
Wow. So Piers Morgan claims his show is the global arena for fearless debate, bold opinions, and major interviews. Do you think the American First podcast host was the right kind of guest for his show? Let's start there. Well, Alex, what do you think?
I don't think anyone should speak to this man ever.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no.
So we're going to just start off disagreeing with one another right there, because actually elaborate on your point a little bit more before I get it going.
I guess my solution for this situation, are you familiar with The Little Mermaid?
Yes.
The children's movie. Okay, she can either be on land and have a voice or be in the ocean, or no, not have a voice. Like she can be on Earth and walk around, but she can't speak. But if she wants a voice, she can be in the ocean. And I think I would like to put sort of an Ursula-like curse on him and say if he wants to keep speaking, he has to do it at the bottom of the ocean. And if he wants to walk around on Earth, the voice has got to go. This is so bad. This is so bad. A man who's never had sex saying that women need to be or want to be. Are you fucking serious? That's not allowed. I
don't even know if he's like actually. I think he's probably asexual because he just doesn't seem like a human being. But
have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow. Have you ever been in love in your life?
No.
You're not gay?
Yes, he is gay.
But I will say that women are very difficult to be around.
You know, a broken clock is...
Shut the fuck up. Shut your goddamn mouth. No.
Oh, man. So, like, are hosts responsible for the views of their guests?
No, but, like, I guess Piers Morgan is a fine person to, like, hold him accountable. Like, Piers Morgan has spoken to a lot of people over a long career. There are worse people that he could have spoken to in terms of, like, Fuentes could have gone on, like, you know, Call Her Daddy. That would have been really bad. But, like, Piers is at least official enough. But I don't want him to normalize this because there's no way to speak to him unless you do it like Piers, where you're like, fuck you, that's wrong. Fuck you, that's wrong. Oh, just clarifying. You actually think all black people should be in jail? Like, just clarifying. Like, that is the only way to speak to him. And even then, I guess the only benefit of this was having some people in the middle be exposed to how bad this was. Like, I have never watched a Nick Fuentes video until, like, all the way through until this. So I guess it's like exposing him to a more normal, moderate sect of the population. But you can't talk to him and, like, queen out with him and, like, make him look likable. That's a huge problem. So I guess you are responsible for that if you bring him on your show.
Okay. So now you're saying it's good that he was on the show.
No, that's the only benefit. I don't think it was good. I don't think this was entertaining. I don't think this was beneficial for society. I think more young men hearing what he has to say is a huge fucking problem for the polarization in the US. And can I tell you, I am shocked that he's 27. I'm 25. I don't know how this happened to him. Like, that is my peer. What the hell? What the fuck?
So, and that's a good point. I think this is why it's important, because you guys are roughly around the same age, and whatever content he got exposed to, whatever people he got exposed to, is the reason why he has some of the views now. And so if we don't speak to these people, they're going to be in their little 4chan chats and wherever they find each other on the web. And that group of people is going to grow. And so I think it's so important for these conversations to have it, because now you get to expose, like, what type of people are out there. Like, he fully accepted calling himself a racist. He's, like, admitted racist, sexist, homophobe. Well, actually, I don't even know if he's homophobe.
I'm saying you shouldn't really be allowed to be those things and spew that stuff. Like, he's talking about how he grew up in a white suburb and how he wants to like make sure that those are preserved and like kind of not have diversity and integration. Like, that's fucked up.
Here's why I think it helps. I think by now people generally can see what type of person he is, and he actually admits to the type of person he is. And so now it's like, if you're a fan of his, you are in full support of all those views. Before, he was in this like little small area of the internet that was ignored. And so people just heard, he's like, oh, this Nick Fuentes guy, he's just a weird racist or whatever. And then his fans can just be like, oh, you really don't know how he really is. Like, he's doing it just for shits and giggles. But now he's having a serious talk and he's telling the world, hey guys, I'm a racist. And so now if you're still a Nick Fuentes fan or you still consume his content, you're basically supporting all of his views. And now I think that's the benefit that happens when you talk to a person like that.
But what if that empowers more young white men to say, yeah, I do hate women and minorities. That's awesome. We're great. Like, this is good. I don't think that they should be allowed to like be proud of that or normalized in that or have that be like a mainstream opinion.
Yeah, but would you rather he hide it?
I would rather him go the fuck away.
Yeah, but that's not
microphones away
happening.
from him.
But that's the thing.
He's been
This is the
banned
world.
from so many platforms, like since like 2018 to 2021, he didn't really have anywhere to like put his art, his messages, and now he's like responsible.
Would you rather he hide it? Because he's going to find a way to get his message out there.
I guess I would rather him shut the fuck up because it's wrong, or him be open a little bit to education. Like, he cannot be walking around saying that Hitler is a cool guy.
Well, that's First Amendment. So now you're encroaching on free speech.
I understand the visceral desire to stay the fuck away from him. Like, there's no way.
That I get. I don't want to be anywhere near him. But I'm just saying, it's like there are people like him that think like him and that are growing. Like, we have to expose this. If we let them just grow in the shadows, that eventually becomes a larger group. I want to know who's racist. I don't want people to smile in my face and then call me a nigga when I walk away from them. Like, let me know exactly who you are.
Okay, well, that's kind of like pro Fuentes in a way.
No. It's pro. I know you
he
exist.
Would say it to your
I
face,
would
and
rather.
He would tell me that I'm annoying and don't deserve to vote. Like, that is his whole thing, and it doesn't make it better just because he's saying it to your face.
No, but I think now the world knowing about how he operates and then knowing how his fans operate and be like, hey, you know what? That's going to affect possible employment. That's going to affect possible like opportunities and things like that. It's like, oh, wait,
until the white men who control the company don't fire you over this because they think it's cool and fine. That's like fucked.
Well, I mean, it is fucked, but I mean, if that's the world, then that is we have to
accept that. I won't accept that.
It's difficult. I think like my only limit is
it's enraging.
Is like free speech, where if you're inciting violence or you're saying you should break laws, I'm against that.
He is kind of inciting violence. He was at Charlottesville. He was tiki torching. Like, that's his vibe. He got kicked out of college for going there.
He does look like that. He dresses like a cornball too.
So he, in my opinion, is somebody who can say whatever he wants, just like anyone else on the internet, but it's how we feed into it. Doesn't really matter. They get louder, and if he goes on Piers Morgan and says whatever he wants, it's only who feeds into it. And the more we say, don't talk like that, and you're not allowed to talk, the more popular he will get.
So we're kind of the problem right now, in a way.
Yeah, with anything else. Like, I hate Fresh and Fit. I hate some of these people that open their mouths and say the dumbest things, but they can say it. And the more people tell them not to, the more their fans will be like, hey, why are you telling them not to?
Don't you think it's helpful to expose extremists?
Expose them by letting them keep talking. The more they talk, they'll expose themselves.
We can't stop them from talking.
Yeah, but Piers, you got to look at it as a business. Piers wants money. Piers wants ratings.
It did feel that way.
At the end of the day,
a cash grab of like everyone in the world will have to watch this, and that's kind of lame on Piers's part.
I don't know. I would disagree because it was more like a gotcha. Like, Piers wasn't giving him a softball interview.
We consider, like, I don't know how many views a guest will get, and he knew that this would be like the talk of the town because he's doing something so crazy, and I think we just have to acknowledge that. Like, he benefits from having this crazy motherfucker on his show.
he does, but two things can be right. He does benefit, but at the same time, like, he was exposing this extremist who is
If it was any
growing
less
in the
gotcha,
shadows.
would be so much worse. But it's not great as is.
Maybe I'm different, and maybe people I talk with, my friends, I don't look at Piers Morgan like a news show.
Yeah.
Just news in general. So I thought it was another reality show that's on YouTube or clipped up for social media.
It's more
Objectively,
news than other things, but I get what you mean. It's not like CNN.
you CNN fan? The only news I watch is Flagrant.
Right.
Brilliant Idiots.
That scares the shit out of me.
I feel bad for you. If we're your news source, that's not a good thing.
Janine, what's up? Welcome back.
Hey.
Okay, are you training to beat up Nick Fuentes? Is that the plan here?
It depends how this call goes.
No inciting violence, Alex.
Okay, and by the way, it's so hard to be like Alex and Alex and Alex, but we're gonna try this. Okay.
Sorry.
I agree with Alex. With Black Alex.
Wow.
I think. Okay, but here's the thing. Here, I'm gonna be out of breath. Okay. Because you have to let people talk, because here's like a perfect example. Incels, right? I feel like when school shootings started to happen, people were like, where's this coming from? This came out of nowhere. These people think like this. Like, where are these people? How did this happen?
Mm-hmm.
I think if we had heard from those people and they weren't so in their bubble, isolated, talking amongst themselves, we would have seen this. We maybe could have done something about it. Maybe people in their families could have intervened. Maybe they could have like talked to them. Maybe like, you know what I mean? I think a lot of that festered from like, we're secluded, we're alone. We can't talk to anyone. I think that like, that's kind of what I compare it to. And I think and again, I'm older, so I think of like the youth, and I don't know how, I didn't grow up with social media very much. So like, MySpace, but that was like, bullshit. But, there wasn't like politics going on MySpace. Mm-hmm. But I wonder how much this really does affect the youth, because I think it's one thing to hear someone talk like Nick Fuentes on Piers, which, like the other guy said, I mean, Piers is just BS. It's not like real news. So, but I wonder, like, when people hear that, the youth, like, do they think like, oh, like what you said, like, do they, what a good idea. Like, what a nice thing to start thinking. Like, what a good,
I didn't realize I could feel that way and be public about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I also think too, like, Nick Fuentes is like, he's in his own bubble. He has views and followers and that kind of thing. I think if someone like a kid maybe goes to like middle school or high school and starts saying like, I'm a white supremacist, this and that, like, I think he's going to get the shit beat out of him. I just assume, right? Because I don't think that everyone is going to be like, yeah, that's great. I think they're going to be like, you're a loser. And then I think societal and social pressure will like, maybe physically and mentally beat it out of him. So,
I mean, that's optimistic, but he's 27 and he has a huge following, and it doesn't seem like he's
specifically. I mean, like, if a kid maybe hears him and then goes to school.
And anecdotal evidence here. I'm like, have had social media my whole life. I went to a pretty white suburban private school my senior year. No. My senior year, a white girl called our beloved African-American history teacher the N-word, and nothing happened to her. And it's just like, this is going to keep happening. Like, it is normalized. And I see Alex, you're affected by that. That is the community that these people are in, and they will continue to live this way. And it's fucked up.
Well, of course it's fucked up. But do you think she learned that, like, now do her parents say the N-word?
Probably. Is she, like, and that her parents have big jobs that run big companies. Like, this is the corporate elite, and this is how they feel. And letting young boys think that they can spread this, like, I think is bad. I think this is bad for women and minorities.
Bad.
Yeah,
I don't want anyone to think I'm here
bad.
Like, let's do that. No. It's all bad. It's horrific. Okay. But like, so let me come from, so I'm Palestinian, right? Let me come from like my POV. Recently, with everything going on, I am realizing how many people actually hate Palestinian people. And I would much rather prefer to know, and Muslims and everything, right? And I'm Muslim too. So like, I prefer to be like, okay, I know that guy don't like me. I know that guy don't like me. I know that person wants me to die. I know that person, and I way prefer it much better that way than for it to be like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm, kikiing with this person, low key not knowing that like, they don't like me and my people, and they, are going like they're like.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
it's better to know the person who doesn't like you than to be kikiing. But what's the solution to getting the people that don't like you to
Yeah, I was
Change
going to say,
their
we're not talking about like education or conversion. Like, I don't know if there are enough hugs to fix Nick Fuentes. Like, I don't
He's
know.
a long gone. He's a goner. But there's
He's a
certain,
goner.
I mean, Kanye, for instance, right, too, goner. Like, there's some people
Oh
who
my
are
God.
just, you gotta let them go.
On Piers, when he was like, I have black friends, Ye is my best friend. I was like, Jesus Christ. Does that count?
But they're all in like their own little bubble, like the influencers who are like racist and this and that. Like there's like 5 of them probably that like hang out, and then that's it. I think, and again, there could be, I don't know if there's more, but like I think the mass majority of people are not thinking that way, and I think they will be like, I don't think the majority of society thinks that way, and I think with pressure, like things will change. I think in terms of like them having a voice, I just, like Alex said, like I just think we need to know that they're out there. We need to know who to avoid. We need to know maybe who to not have our kids like listen to. Like I think it's just it's easier to avoid when it's out in the open than when it's hidden, because like you don't know. Like I bet you, I mean, how many parents have a school shooter kid that they're like, oh, he was on this chat that I didn't know about. Like when did this happen? When was this happening? This even exists? Like they're probably just their minds blown. Like I didn't even know this is a thing. So I think like putting everything out in the open, like it's just so much easier to avoid. We can start brainstorming ways to like change it, to fix it, to maybe like combat it. I mean, obviously we don't have the answers now, but I think this is like a start. And I think eventually we can get to a point where we can, maybe fix the issue,
I totally hear you. I just worry like Trump's presence the last 10 years has totally invited people to come out of that like headspace of hiding it and saying, oh yeah, I actually do hate immigrants and people of color. Like it's just, I don't love that it's public.
But they already hated those people, right? So it's
exactly.
like, is the view, the mindset of the masses changing? Like, it's just that maybe we thought that most people think this way, and we're just like opening our eyes to like what was already there.
I think what we all can agree on is that we should try to educate and help everybody maybe become a little bit more open-minded to other races.
And let's all give some more hugs. The incels need hugs, guys. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
My name is Nick. I'm calling in from Jersey. Yeah,
I'm from Jersey. Nice.
Okay, what part?
Really rural. I don't know where you're at.
I live in Howell.
Okay, I'm from Hunterdon County. It's like farm.
Oh no, you're in the sticks. I call that lynching country. I don't go there.
People don't believe me when I'm from when I say I'm from the south of New Jersey, like I am.
Yeah. I live in civilized Jersey still.
Yeah.
I live in the part where people still like the Giants and shit, But then once you go to like past Lakewood, past where all the Jewish people are, then it's like the Jews like protect the South.
All right, let's get right into it. Fuentes on Piers. How you feel about it?
Fuentes, look, I think the kid's a piece of shit. Like I got family that's immigrants. I got like I'm not a right-wing guy at all. But I do think that he should be like allowed to speak so that he could be allowed to have the consequences of his actions come back to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think that it's necessarily like bad.
What do you think those consequences should be?
I don't know. What do you think they should be?
He's clearly not getting laid because of his views.
I mean, I'm not gonna say he needs to get his ass beat, but sometimes I hear him like, this kid needs to get his fucking ass beat. You know what I mean? Like, because he's talking about, I want to take rights away from women, I want to take rights away from black people, immigrants ain't shit, fucking Latinos ain't shit. Like he's a fucking Mexican kid, but I think he's become too comfortable in the fact that he has light skin.
He's white passing, putting other Mexicans down. It's fucked.
And at the same time, like as someone who's Latin, when you go to like Latin America, the most racist people are also the white skinned Latin people, you know what I mean? Like I think that might have something to do with it too. Like, but whatever that may be, like, I don't know. I just think he's like he's definitely telling the truth. I don't think he's like trolling. I think he comes off like he's trolling. Because a lot of these alt-right people, they like to like hop on this meme culture and be like, oh, we're being edgy and da-da-da. Even like the way that I saw him come up. Like, you remember he had all these videos going on social media of him like saying the N-word?
Yeah.
And it was
What's
like
that called? Edge something?
Edgelord.
Yeah, Edgelord, yeah.
Unk.
Yeah, and I mean I'm not gonna lie, when I saw it, I was like, this kid's fucking trolling. Like I was watching it at work and I was like, this is just, I didn't think much of it. I was like, this is kind of funny.
This is rage bait to the max.
I thought it was just the edge trolling or the rage baiting, but like now I fully am convinced he believes the stuff that he's saying.
Absolutely. Because that's how they get into like your domain is like they act like they're just joking with you, but then like they really hit you with like, yeah, but it's actually I really mean that at the same time. You know what I mean? Like he does not like Jewish people, but he was like trying to be like it's blacks and whites against the Jews and all this crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and it sounds like a joke at face value, but that's just like how these alt-right guys like get into your head, I feel like. You know, and I don't think people should like take that lightly because like he knows how to fucking troll, but like that's how like he's on fucking Piers Morgan because he knows how to be entertaining. You know,
Were you
like
entertained?
That is one of the things. He is entertaining, unfortunately, and people. I think some people actually like hate watch, and some people just watch for the entertainment. I'm trying to be optimistic about that. I don't think they actually believe the views. They're just like, oh wow, he's saying crazy stuff and he's doing it in an entertaining way, so they'll watch. But it's like, how do we combat this? Like, we're still not giving solutions.
I mean, I'm not sure how we combat it honestly, because the problem is like the left has to look internally at themselves. Because right now, people from liberals to like the far left are fucking clueless on how to combat what the right's doing. Because the right has their shit together. The right has it.
I mean,
Their
right,
side
they're
is
pretty
just easier.
fractured.
They're just like, we're racist. Hell yeah.
They may be fractured, but they're getting good gains right now. Like I don't see fucking like especially like among like people that are like leftists actually like they always like argue among themselves before they actually take any meaningful action. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I don't think we need that. And the way that the right portrays us, the more that we see these people going out in the streets and fitting this image of like this sensitive, liberal, like not approachable person that's like, oh, everything is your fault. Like it's not gonna help us the more that we like put that out there. Like I think there needs to be something seriously like done, like a serious movement needs to happen in order for like us to combat that type of stuff. Because right now, like
well, you guys got to start it.
Let's start it. Let's
Shit.
do it. Let's fix
New
everything.
down.
generation. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of the discussion and call in, head over to patreon.com/AM Mornings. But if you just want to watch for free, you can watch us on YouTube/AM Mornings. Just like and subscribe so you get the notifications every Sunday, 11 a.m. Peace.